Well, next for us here on Voices Tonight, we're going to turn to the most high-profile developer in downtown Buffalo, adding to his portfolio. The Buffalo News confirming this weekend that Douglas Jemal has completed his purchase of the newspaper's properties near Canalside. Now, the $5.2 million deal includes the former Buffalo News office building, the plant where the paper was printed for a long time, and also that big, large parking lot. What's next for this important piece of real estate? Jonathan Epstein is the reporter who broke that story, and he's live here with me tonight. Appreciate you coming in.
No problem.
On a busy news day, right?
Just a little bit.
So before I ask you about sort of what's next, fill me in on the significance of this deal. $5.2 million, and it's a key piece of property.
It's a very key piece of property. It's right down across from Canalside. It's right next to Harbor Center. You've got the atrium. It's right down from the Key Bank Center. And of course, it's only about a block away from Seneca One Tower, which is also Jemal's. Adding to that, the size of the property, it's about the 7 acres, which coupled with his atrium purchase previously, that's 14 acres. That's a significant piece of property in downtown Buffalo, in the heart, to be able to do something with, and he has almost a blank slate on a big portion of it.
Yeah, I encourage everyone to read Jonathan's article in the Buffalo News. It's posted right now, and you spoke with Douglas Jemal with Douglas Development. What are their plans? They don't seem to be completely firm at this point, right?
No, he's trying to evaluate, I think, some of the options. He has some ideas, certainly, of what to do, but nothing is going to happen in the very short term because the interest rate environment and banks are holding back on their lending, so it's difficult to do projects of that scale. He has the money, the resources to be able to put down $5.2 million, obviously, but the kind of project he's talking about, would be significantly more. He's looking at hotel or residential for the atrium, the Buffalo News building. There's a lot of different possibilities that he can do with it. He does plan to maintain some sort of a museum exhibit to essentially show the history of the Buffalo News and of journalism in Buffalo. He's going to be dismantling the press, but the old press controls from the presses from the 1950s are on display still, and he purchased those. He purchased also a linotype machine and some other equipment, and there are still some archives and other materials that are there, and he'll have that on display. Beyond that, potential for retail on the first floor, could be residential or commercial upstairs. It depends really on the demand. What's interesting is what he's talking about for the parking lots, the two giant parking lots. He really sees this as a connection between the Cobblestone District and Canalside, and is talking about sort of building up on those parking lots, not immense scale and height, but some density with 2 to 3 story buildings, sort of like what you would see in Cobblestone, where you would have some retail on the first floor, some alleys cutting in between them, and presumably some apartments on the upper floors, because that's pretty much the standard mix that you see these days.
Yeah, interesting to hear that he wants to keep some of the nostalgia of that building. Having interviewed Douglas Jemal several times, he has a real affinity for that, so that's kind of good to know that that's going to happen. I'm almost out of time, but I guess we don't really know. We believe interest rates are going to start coming down soon, but how much of a hold generally, because you cover the real estate market so closely, how long are we in for this holding pattern?
With the rates or with the activity?
How long before developers are going to be able to really get back into it?
It certainly needs to see the rates come down a little bit, but it's also the banks need to feel comfortable, the larger banks especially, going back out and lending. And then there's the construction costs on top of it, which are just enormously high. So it makes it difficult. So it could be certainly months. It could be another year or something before things start to pick up again.
Yeah. We know you'll continue to follow it. Again, buffalonews.com. Check out Jonathan's reporting. Really appreciate you coming in. Thank you.
Thank you very much.